All right, here's a great question, and you're asked to re-express this as a sum and difference of logs. So we'll be using the sum and difference identities. First thing that bothers me here, well, other than that it's a log and there's radicals in it, but is the radical. So I've got a radical here and it looks like the fourth root. But remember, you can re-express radicals as fractional exponents. So I'd have log base b of all of that stuff, 8x to the 8th b squared over y to the 4th z to the 16th. All to that, since this is the fourth root, this will be 1/4. Okay, because this number is a 1 up at the top there, because you could think of this whole radical being raised to the first exponent. That's why you get a 1. Now I can use the power rule over exponents, so I can apply that quarter, multiply it, that's the rule, by each one of the powers that are inside the bracket. So I'm going to have log base b of x to the 8 times a quarter would be 2. b, or 2 times a quarter would be a half, darn, over quarter times a quarter would just be 1. And 16 times a quarter would be 4. So z to the 4. There. So now I've dealt with that radical. Yes. Now I can change this, and you could do product law or quotient law. I like to do the quotient law to the start. So I'm going to say it's log base b of x squared b to the 1/2 minus log base b of y z to the 4th. Okay, quotient law. Because I'm dividing these things and I'm taking the log of all of that, I can log the top, log the bottom, and subtract. Now here you have to be careful because, and especially with the second one, because that's where a dirty, rotten, filthy, stinking negative comes in. So you have to subtract everything over here. So you can probably see it's going to be the product law here. So the first one I could rewrite as log base b of x squared plus log base b of b to the 1/2 minus, now here's where you have to be careful because there's going to be two terms here, and the second one is going to be negative. But let me do it, sort of put in an extra step there. So if I do use the product law for this, it'd be log base b of y plus log base b of z to the 4th. You see where that dirty negative is going to come in? So this will be a negative, and that's going to be a negative. Let me rewrite it all so it looks like that. Log base b of x squared plus log base b of b to the 1/2 minus log base b of y minus log base b of z to the 4th. Now I can use the power rule. So this first one would be 2 log base b of x. This one, since these match, this will just be plus 1/2. Minus, there's no exponent to the y, so just leave it like that. Minus, this would be 4 log base b of z. And that's where I'd finish the question right there. Maybe you could change the order. Maybe you'd put the half out front, just so you have all the logs together. But this is where I would finish the question.